in 2022 when the Russians invaded. On the first day, Zelensky confirmed, the first day of the invasion, Zelensky confirmed that the Russians had already contacted him to put a quick end to the war on the conditions of Ukraine restoring its neutrality. Now, we learned since that time that the British and the Americans sabotaged these peace talks because, well, more or less, they were willing to fight to the last Ukrainian. At this point, the Europeans began boycotting diplomacy, same as the Americans. You had the NATO Secretary General saying that instead weapons are the path to peace, and Zelensky also made it illegal to negotiate with the Russians. Now, of course, things are going very badly. There's an incentive or interest in reshaping the narrative, so it's the Russians that don't want peace. And part of the way they're selling this is they're arguing that peace, if Russia wants peace, then it accepts immediate ceasefire. But again, a ceasefire isn't peace. This just means that the Europeans have been very open what they want to do. They want to put a pause to this so they can build more weapons and pump more weapons into Ukraine so they can prolong the war. What Russia and the US agreed in Anchorage in Alaska was that they would come with a comprehensive political settlement, that is to put an end to the war, not just temporarily freeze the front lines, which would allow NATO to rebuild the Ukrainian army and fight for a few more years. So again, we keep going back to this thing about a ceasefire, but this is what there's one thing that the Trump and Putin agreed upon, that this won't put an end to the war.